Although Steph Curry wanted to keep his family away from the media's glare, his efforts haven't been entirely successful. The spotlight often gravitates toward his children and their lives as they grow up with two famous parents.
That's too loud, Daddy.
I know. Hold on one second, okay?
Be quiet.
Recently, at a press conference, Steph shared some fascinating details about his eldest daughter, Riley Curry. Join us as we explore what Steph revealed and uncover new insights into his family.
Rise of Steph Curry long before Stephen Curry became a name known in households across the globe, long before the deafening roar of thousands of fans celebrated his every three-pointer. There was a young boy in Akron, Ohio, who simply loved basketball. Born on March 14, 1988, in the same city that would later produce another basketball legend, LeBron James, Stephen was a child with a passion for the game, but a future that was anything but certain. Life for young Steph wasn't about fame, luxury, or the relentless spotlight of the NBA. It was about family, about learning the game, and about quietly dreaming in ways that only a child with an extraordinary imagination could. His parents, Del and Sonia Curry, provided a nurturing, supportive home that balanced the demands of Del's NBA career with the everyday needs of raising a family. Del, a gifted player himself, knew the challenges of the professional basketball world, and his influence, guidance, and presence created a rhythm in Steph's early life that would eventually become foundational for his own journey. Steph grew up largely in Charlotte, North Carolina, during Del's tenure with the Charlotte Hornets. Imagine a young Steph following his father to games, dribbling in the empty arenas during warm-ups, feeling the texture of the court under his sneakers, hearing the echo of bouncing basketballs, and absorbing the energy of a game yet to fully begin for him. Did he know at that point that he would one day redefine the sport itself, becoming a transformative figure in basketball history? Probably not. The journey of Steph Curry is a powerful reminder that even the greatest stars begin quietly, somewhere small, often far from the dazzling lights they will one day command. The Curry family moved briefly to Toronto when Del joined the Raptors, and this period proved pivotal for young Steph. At Queensway Christian College, he led the basketball team to an undefeated season. Even at a young age, his talent was undeniable. He also played for a local club team, facing off against future NBA players such as Corey Joseph and Kelly Olynyk. Despite the modest age, Steph's drive and skill stood out, helping his team capture a provincial championship. Yet, even with these successes, no one, not even Steph himself, could predict the incredible trajectory his life would take. After Del retired from the NBA, the family returned to Charlotte, where Steph attended Charlotte Christian School. He thrived on the court, earning both all-conference and all-state honors, and leading his team to multiple playoff appearances. However, despite his impressive performances, major college recruiters largely overlooked him. Virginia Tech, his father's alma mater, only offered a walk-on spot, likely because at that time, Steph weighed a mere 160 pounds, a slighter frame than many college scouts preferred. It was a moment that could discourage any aspiring athlete, but for Steph, it became a spark, igniting his determination to prove the world wrong. Davidson College saw what others could not. Recruiting him aggressively from the 10th grade, they recognized not just his skill, but his potential to rise above the ordinary. Accepting their offer, Steph began a journey that would showcase his remarkable abilities and perseverance. His freshman year revealed flashes of brilliance, and by the time he reached his sophomore season, he had grown both physically, reaching a full 6 feet in height, and mentally, evolving into a player capable of commanding games. During the 2008 NCAA tournament, he led Davidson on an unforgettable Cinderella run to the Elite Eight, cementing his status as a rising star in college basketball. Even amid these accolades, Steph remained grounded, focusing on improving his game, preparing for the next level, and staying true to the values instilled in him from childhood. By the time Steph entered the 2009 NBA draft, it was not amid fanfare or grand proclamations. Instead, he approached the opportunity with quiet determination. Selected 7th overall by the Golden State Warriors, he faced skepticism about whether his skill, size, and resilience could withstand the intensity of professional basketball. Injuries, particularly recurring ankle problems, threatened to derail his early career. Yet, through every setback, Steph's focus, work ethic, and love for the game propelled him forward. What followed was a gradual, unstoppable rise of a player who would transform basketball through precision, creativity, and an unparalleled three-point shot. Alongside Klay Thompson, he formed the legendary Splash Brothers, revolutionizing the way basketball is played and watched around the world. As Steph's fame grew, so did public curiosity about his life off the court. Fans wanted to peek behind the curtain, to understand the man behind the statistics, and to glimpse the family that shaped him. His wife, Ayesha Curry, and their children, most notably their daughter Riley, became part of a story that intertwined sports excellence with family charm, values, and personality. Riley Curry, born in 2012, captured hearts worldwide during a press conference when she was just 2 years old, charming audiences with her humor, sass, and unfiltered toddler energy. That moment would mark the beginning of Riley's own journey in the public eye, a journey that would run parallel to her father's basketball legacy, yet take on its own unique trajectory. This story, then, is more than just the rise of a basketball superstar. It is a tale of family navigating fame, the cultivation of talent and character, and the emergence of new stars within a household defined by love, values, and curiosity. It is a story of persistence, humility, and the joy of watching greatness develop in multiple forms. On the court, in the kitchen, and increasingly in the world of science, as young Riley begins to demonstrate an intellectual brilliance that surprises and inspires. Steph Curry's early life and formative years. Stephen Curry's story begins in Akron, Ohio, a city that, decades later, would become famous as the hometown of another NBA legend, LeBron James. But back in 1988, it was simply the place where Dell and Sonia Curry welcomed their firstborn into the world. Stephen was a child who seemed ordinary at first glance, yet within him was a spark that hinted at extraordinary potential. From the very beginning, the Kayes instilled in their children a sense of discipline, values, and curiosity. Dell, who had his own successful career in the NBA, brought first-hand knowledge of the game and its demands. Sonia provided balance, stability, and warmth, ensuring that young Steph's upbringing was grounded even amidst the unpredictability of professional basketball life. Steph's earliest memories were undoubtedly shaped by his father's career. When Dell played for the Charlotte Hornets, the family relocated to Charlotte, North Carolina. For a young boy with a love for the game, life in Charlotte was a dream. Steph spent countless hours in basketball arenas, tagging along to games, practicing shots during warm-ups, and absorbing the atmosphere of professional basketball firsthand. He watched players move with speed, precision, and creativity, and though he was just a child, the experience planted seeds of ambition. He did not yet know that one day he would step onto these same courts as a transformative figure, but even in these early days, the patterns of focus, determination, and playfulness began to emerge. During this time, Steph was not just observing, he was playing. The local gyms, schoolyards, and community courts became his training ground. In Charlotte, he developed the foundation of his dribbling, shooting, and basketball IQ, skills that would later define his style. It was a period of quiet growth, where every bounce of ball, every warm-up shot, and every pickup game contributed to the athlete he was becoming. At home, Dell emphasized the importance of hard work, patience, and respect, lessons that would prove invaluable as Steph faced the inevitable challenges of adolescence and competition. While other children might have focused solely on fun or immediate success, Steph learned to combine enjoyment with discipline, a habit that would become a cornerstone of his professional career. The Kayes' life in Charlotte was briefly interrupted when Dell joined the Toronto Raptors. Moving to Toronto proved transformative for Steph, not just because it exposed him to a different basketball culture, but because it pushed him into new challenges and opportunities. At Queensway Christian College, Steph led the basketball team to an undefeated season, demonstrating early leadership and a natural competitive edge. At the same time, he joined a local club team, competing against peers who would later become NBA players, including Corey Joseph and Kelly Olynyk. Despite his young age, Steph's impact was undeniable, helping his team secure a provincial championship. These formative years taught him to thrive under pressure and to recognize that talent alone is not enough. Success requires preparation, teamwork, and resilience. Life, however, was not always straightforward. After Dell retired from the NBA, The family returned to Charlotte, and Steph faced a challenge of proving himself in new environments. Attending Charlotte Christian School, he quickly distinguished himself as a talented athlete. He earned both all-conference and all-state honors, and led his team to multiple playoff appearances. Yet, despite his achievements, the path to college basketball success was not guaranteed. Recruiters overlooked him, likely due to his lighter frame of 160 pounds and relatively small stature at the time. Even so, Steph's determination never wavered. The snub became a source of motivation, pushing him to refine his skills, enhance his physical abilities, and embrace challenges with resilience. It was during these years that Steph cultivated an unwavering mindset, a quiet confidence paired with relentless effort that would carry him to the next stage of his journey. Davidson College ultimately recognized what others had overlooked, recruiting him aggressively from the 10th grade. They provided an environment where his talents could flourish. Accepting their offer marked a turning point, as Steph transitioned from a promising young athlete into a player capable of shaping games and influencing outcomes. Under the guidance of Davidson's coaching staff, he learned to maximize his abilities, develop strategic awareness, and embrace leadership. By his sophomore year, he had grown physically, reaching his full height of 6 feet, and mentally, becoming a player who could take control during critical moments. His performance in the 2008 NCAA tournament, leading Davidson to the Elite Eight, was a precursor of the extraordinary career that awaited him. Even amidst these rising accomplishments, Steph remained grounded. His focus was clear: improve his game, learn from mentors, and maintain a balance between basketball, family, and personal growth. These years of foundational training, family support, and strategic guidance created the platform from which Steph would eventually launch into NBA stardom. Beyond statistics, victories, or awards, it was a combination of family values, disciplined practice, and an enduring love for the game that defined the stage of his journey. It's a powerful reminder that greatness rarely appears overnight. It is cultivated over years of dedication, learning, and persistence. Steph Curry's early life, then, is more than a prelude to fame. It is a testament to the power of environment, guidance, and personal drive. It demonstrates how a young boy, surrounded by love, mentorship, and opportunities to grow, can develop the qualities that later propel him into international recognition. From Akron to Charlotte to Toronto and back again, every step was a building block, shaping not just the athlete, but the man who would redefine basketball and inspire millions worldwide. College stardom and the road to the NBA. Steph Curry's journey to becoming a household name took a pivotal turn when he accepted an offer from Davidson College, a relatively small school in North Carolina. While many scouts overlooked him during his high school years, Davidson recognized a spark in the young athlete, a combination of talent, drive, and an unrelenting desire to prove himself. The college saw what others did not, a player who could transcend limitations and redefine expectations. From the moment he stepped onto campus, Steph approached his new environment with humility, dedication, and a focus that would soon catch the attention of basketball enthusiasts nationwide. His freshman year at Davidson offered glimpses of the extraordinary player he would become. Steph was still adjusting to the collegiate level, learning how to manage the increased physicality, strategic complexity, and mental intensity of the game. But even in those early months, he displayed a remarkable ability to read the court, anticipate plays, and execute with precision. Coaches and teammates quickly noticed his unique combination of agility, speed, and shooting accuracy. Head coach Bob McKillop, who would become a mentor and guiding force, once remarked, "Wait till you see Steph Curry. He is something special." At the time, the words sounded bold, but they would prove prophetic. By his sophomore season, Steph had grown not just in height, reaching a full 6 feet, but also in confidence and capability. His understanding of the game deepened, and he began to take control of matches in ways that left spectators and opponents alike in awe. It was during the 2008 NCAA tournament that Steph truly announced his arrival on the national stage. Leading Davidson College on a remarkable Cinderella run to the Elite Eight, he captivated fans with his fearless shooting, quick decision-making, and the ability to carry a team through high-pressure moments. Every jump shot, every dribble, and every assist seemed to reflect not only skill, but also a deep-seated determination to succeed, regardless of obstacles. Steph's time at Davidson was not merely about personal accolades. It was about leadership, growth, and resilience. He became a symbol of hope for smaller programs, demonstrating that even athletes overlooked by larger schools could compete and excel on the biggest stages. By his junior year, he had become the NCAA's leading scorer, yet he remained humble, focused on refining his skills, learning from mistakes, and preparing for the next chapter, the NBA. Entering the 2009 NBA draft, Steph faced new challenges. He was not a top pick. He was not the center of headlines. Instead, he carried a quiet determination, a readiness to prove that his abilities could translate to professional level. Selected 7th overall by the Golden State Warriors, he entered a league filled with skeptics who questioned his size, his frame, and his durability. Many thought he was too small, too fragile, or unprepared for physical demands of the NBA. Yet, Steph's mindset remained unchanged. Where others saw doubt, he saw opportunity, a chance to demonstrate that skill, intelligence, and relentless work ethic could triumph over conventional expectations. The early years in the NBA were a blend of brilliance and struggle. Injuries, particularly recurring ankle problems, threatened to derail his momentum, creating moments of uncertainty and testing his resilience. But Steph's approach to these setbacks was telling. Rather than succumbing to frustration, he focused on recovery, strength training, and mental preparation. Each challenge became a stepping stone, each obstacle a lesson. By 2012, his perseverance paid off with a contract extension from the Warriors, a move considered risky by some, yet it laid a foundation for a revolutionary era in basketball. Alongside Klay Thompson, Steph formed the legendary Splash Brothers, a duo whose three-point shooting would change the way basketball is played. Their synchronized precision, rapid-fire shooting, and court vision brought a new style to the NBA, one that emphasized spacing, agility, and long-range accuracy. The duo's success transformed the Warriors into a powerhouse and brought Steph into the global spotlight. But with fame came pressure. Pressure to perform, to inspire, and to maintain excellence while adapting to the scrutiny that accompanies being a professional athlete. Steph's rise was not only about personal achievement, but also about reshaping basketball itself. His influence extended beyond points scored or games won. It redefined how young players approach the sport, emphasizing skill over size, strategy over brute force, and creativity over convention. It was during this period that Steph transitioned from a promising college star into a transformative NBA talent, a player whose name would become synonymous with innovation, precision, and excellence in basketball. Even as his professional career gained momentum, Steph remained grounded in the values instilled by his family: humility, work ethic, and a commitment to personal growth. He approached every practice, game, and challenge with the same quiet determination that marked his earliest days in Akron, Charlotte, and Toronto. His journey from a small-town boy to an NBA sensation was a testament to the power of perseverance, the impact of mentorship, and the importance of staying true to one's character regardless of external expectations or pressures. By the time Steph had established himself in the NBA, it was clear that his career would not be defined solely by statistics. It would be defined by influence on the court in the lives of aspiring athletes, and even within the realm of global sports culture. His story, from Davidson College to the Golden State Warriors, exemplifies a journey marked by vision, grit, and an unwavering commitment to excellence, a foundation that would later support not only professional accomplishments, but also his role as a devoted husband, father, and public figure. The rise of the Splash Brothers and Steph Curry's NBA peak. Steph Curry's NBA career began with cautious optimism. While he had shown extraordinary talent at Davidson, the professional level posed new challenges: faster defenders, taller opponents, and a media spotlight that scrutinized every move. Yet, what many saw as potential weaknesses, his size and slight frame, Steph transformed into advantages through agility, precision, and a tireless work ethic. The turning point in Curry's career came during the 2014-2015 NBA season, under the leadership of new head coach Steve Kerr. Kerr recognized the unique skills of Steph and Klay Thompson, allowing the duo to thrive in a system that emphasized pace, spacing, and perimeter shooting. This freedom unlocked the full potential of Curry's talent, gone were the constraints of traditional guard play. Instead, he could shoot from any spot on the floor, move with unpredictability, and orchestrate the offense with unmatched vision. The results were breathtaking. Steph set personal and league records, including a season-high 51 points against Dallas and breaking his own three-point record. showcasing a combination of skill, audacity, and consistency that captivated fans worldwide. That season culminated in Curry earning his first NBA MVP award, a recognition of his transformative influence on the game. He averaged 23.8 points per game and 7.7 assists, leading the Golden State Warriors to their first championship in 40 years. This success marked not just a personal achievement, but a cultural shift in basketball, as the emphasis on three-point shooting began to redefine strategies at every level of the sport. Curry's precision, speed, and innovative style became a blueprint for aspiring players, demonstrating that intelligence, creativity, and determination could rival raw physical dominance. Alongside Steph, Klay Thompson emerged as a formidable partner, forming the legendary Splash Brothers. Together, they revolutionized the NBA's approach to offense. Their rapid-fire three-point shooting, synchronized timing, and relentless pursuit of excellence created a new spectacle for fans, inspiring a generation of young athletes to focus on skill development, accuracy, and teamwork. The Splash Brothers were not just teammates. They were a phenomenon, reshaping the expectations of guards and influencing the strategies of entire franchises. The following 2015 to 2016 season elevated Curry's status even further. He became the first unanimous MVP in NBA history, a recognition that reflected not only his individual brilliance, but also his influence on the team's unprecedented success. The Warriors won 73 regular season games, surpassing Michael Jordan's legendary Bulls, extended beyond individual statistics to redefine the sport itself. Steph's peak years were marked not only by victories and awards, but also by resilience. Injuries, media scrutiny, and the high expectations of fans and teammates posed constant challenges. Yet, Curry's approach remained consistent. Dedication to practice, thoughtful game preparation, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. His leadership style, rooted in humility and collaboration, inspired teammates and solidified the Warriors as one of the most formidable dynasties in NBA history. Off the court, Curry's growing fame coincided with his family life drawing attention, particularly his wife Aisha and their children. Fans were enchanted by glimpses of their lives, from playful moments at home to courtside celebrations. It was during this period that Riley Curry, Steph's eldest daughter, first captured public attention, charming audiences with her impromptu press conference antics and infectious personality. The Curry family became a cultural phenomenon, not only admired for athletic achievements, but celebrated for their authenticity, warmth, and relatability. The peak of Steph Curry's NBA career thus represents more than points, championships, or MVP awards. It is a story of transformation, of redefining expectations, overcoming adversity, and inspiring both peers and the next generation of athletes. His partnership with Klay Thompson as the Splash Brothers created a new standard for teamwork and skill execution, while his individual achievements showcased the power of perseverance, creativity, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Steph's journey from a small-town boy with a dream to an NBA superstar illustrates the intersection of talent, discipline, and opportunity. The foundation laid in his early years, through family guidance, focused practice, and a love for the game, blossomed into a career that continues to influence basketball globally. His peak NBA years are a testament not only to his skill, but also to his character. Humble, driven, and consistently focused on growth, leadership, and the joy of the sport. So there you have it, the incredible journey of Steph Curry, the rise of Riley Curry, and the amazing Curry family. From NBA records to family moments, they've shown us that talent, love, and values go hand in hand. Riley's charm, curiosity, and now her passion for science prove that the Curry kids are carving their own paths while staying grounded. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring stories from the world of sports and beyond. Which Curry family moment is your favorite? Let us know below.